You have DJ Moore as a mid round 2 selection at pick 18. I have him at 10th overall. Why do you hate DJ Moore?
It's not so much that I hate DJ Moore. I just think the range of outcomes here, as far as the Bears either keep Fields, which DJ Moore has thrived this year, right? He's the points per game wide receiver 10, which I have in the middle of the second round. I have him ranked at wide receiver 11, which I feel like is appropriate. But so you either have Justin Fields running it back another year with DJ Moore, or you have Caleb Williams coming in as a rookie, a generational rookie, no doubt. But for me, it's just very hard to see a whole lot of improvement for DJ Moore, especially with his usage. He was not a wide receiver 1 in expected points per game. He was in a tie for wide receiver 20 in expected fantasy points per game. He's obviously a talented player. He outperformed his expected points per game, his usage, by a solid 3 points per game. But it's between those two options, with Fields, who hasn't shown much improvement through his first several years in the league, or Caleb Williams, a rookie, as good as he is expected to be as a rookie. We haven't really seen a lot of successful fantasy wide receiver, or at least high-end wide receivers, producing with rookie quarterbacks. So I'm tempering my expectations, but I don't think that I necessarily hate DJ Moore so much as you just really love DJ Moore.
This is where you got to flip it on me, Jake. You got to say, Bradley, why do you have an obscene love for DJ Moore? DJ Moore, he's the overall player 10. I do have him ranked behind Amon-Ra, but in the same tier as Puka Nacua and AJ Brown. If we look at the best ball value rating, DJ Moore was a top 6 wide receiver this year in terms of rate of top 5 weeks. And all of them came with Justin Fields. Now, a lot of those games where he was the wide receiver 50, wide receiver 51, wide receiver 58, wide receiver 34, etc., were all with our boy, Tyson Bagent. And it was because Justin Fields got hurt. Now, if you're saying, Bradley, we got to bake in a little bit of Justin Fields could get hurt, fine. We want to, sure. But the spike weeks we were getting from DJ Moore, when he hit, he was giving us 20% of the time plus these elite level games. 21% top 5 rate is the likes of Mike Evans, is just below Keenan Allen, just below Justin Jefferson. That was ahead of AJ Brown this year, was ahead of Debo, ahead of Amon-Ra, ahead of Puka, ahead of Devontae Adams. So DJ Moore was showing us these massive games. And then he was, where's my best ball value rating overall on him? DJ Moore ranks as wide receiver 10 in best ball value rating, but I'm not going to have him behind Keenan Allen next year. I'm not going to have him behind Mike Evans this year, in 2024. And I think it's in the same tier as AJ Brown and Puka Nacua. Now, you're like, Caleb Williams, maybe he's a step back. But I think the pushback will be Caleb Williams is not going to pull the ball out of the possibility of throwing. Like, he's not going to tuck and run as much as Justin Fields would. So there's going to be more pass attempts in that type of offense for the Chicago Bears, even if they're going to be slightly downgraded, even if there are some adjustment issues. If we believe that Caleb Williams is going to be the number 1 overall pick, or maybe 102, or wherever he goes, or if it's going to be Drake May, or if we know what Justin Fields can do with DJ Moore, right? We've got top 10, possibly top 5 wide receiver if he's healthy the full season. But I think that the upside can swing even higher with a player who gives you more passing volume in games that can be more competitive and will look down the field more often. And it's disappointing. Justin Fields was one of the most accurate downfield passers when he was in college at Ohio State. And that hasn't translated to the NFL as well. But if we're going to get that type of player with DJ Moore on an improved Bears offense, like I want a lot of DJ Moore this year.
And that's completely fair. I just, knowing myself and my process, I feel like once I sit down and do my projections, I'm going to look at DJ Moore's touchdown rate from this season, his 70.6% catch rate at his ADOT, which I forget it off the top of my head, but I know he's more of a downfield threat generally, and to have a catch rate that high, I just know that I'm going to project some regression there. So I feel like I'm just trying to do my best to hold the line, keeping him at wide receiver 11. But yeah, it's not necessarily that I think Caleb Williams would be a downgrade from Justin Fields, because I don't. I think so I guess maybe I am just biased towards the history of rookie quarterbacks, because the general history of that trend is not necessarily Caleb Williams in every case. But yeah, it'll be a very fun draft season for Chicago for sure.